There are some television faces that don't just deliver the news, they become part of your daily routine. For years, Ben Shephard has been exactly that kind of presence. Calm, friendly, quick-witted, and effortlessly relatable. He's the kind of host who makes early mornings feel just a little easier. So when his journey took a major turn, viewers didn't just notice, they felt it. Ben Shephard's story isn't about sudden fame or overnight success. It's a steady climb built on consistency, charm, and a genuine connection with audiences. Long before millions tuned in to watch him each morning, he was already carving out a path in broadcasting, learning the rhythm of live television, mastering the art of conversation, and developing that unmistakable style that feels both professional and personal at the same time. For a full decade, Ben became a familiar face on Good Morning Britain, co-hosting alongside Kate Garraway. Together, they formed a partnership that viewers came to rely on. Their chemistry was natural, sometimes playful, sometimes thoughtful, and always engaging. Whether they were covering serious headlines or sharing lighter moments, there was a balance that made the show feel complete. And let's be honest, mornings can be chaotic. People are rushing to work, getting ready for school, juggling responsibilities. In the middle of all that, Ben's presence felt like a steady anchor. He wasn't just delivering information, he was part of the routine. The kind of voice you hear while making your first cup of tea or coffee. The kind of personality that makes you pause, even for a moment, and actually listen. But even the most comfortable routines can evolve. After years of early alarms and live broadcasts, a new opportunity appeared, one that would shift Ben's role from the fast-paced world of breakfast news into something a little different, a little more relaxed, a little more conversational, a little more daytime. Moving to This Morning wasn't just a job change, it was a transformation in tone, style, and energy. Where Good Morning Britain thrives on urgency, breaking news, debates, and real-time reactions, This Morning invites viewers into a softer space. It's a mix of lifestyle, entertainment, human stories, and everyday conversations. It's the kind of show where serious topics can sit alongside cooking segments, celebrity interviews, and moments that make you smile. And Ben? He fits into that world surprisingly well. There's something about his personality that bridges both formats. He can handle serious discussions with clarity and respect, but he can also laugh, joke, and connect in a way that feels completely natural. It's like watching someone switch gears without ever losing control of the vehicle. Of course, transitions like this always come with questions. Why now? What does it mean for his career? And perhaps most importantly, how would audiences respond? Change can be tricky, especially when viewers have built a habit around seeing someone in a specific role. For many, Ben wasn't just a presenter on Good Morning Britain, he was part of what made the show feel familiar. So, stepping away from that role naturally created a sense of curiosity. But here's the thing about Ben Shephard. He doesn't rely on shock value or dramatic reinvention. His strength has always been authenticity. And that authenticity carries with him no matter where he goes. On This Morning, that same warmth is still there, that same easygoing humor, that same ability to make guests feel comfortable and viewers feel included. If anything, the new setting gives him more room to explore those qualities. And let's not ignore the lighter side of all this. There's something slightly funny about imagining the shift from intense early morning news discussions to chatting about recipes, lifestyle tips, or the latest trends. It's like going from a high-speed train to a scenic drive, still moving forward just with a bit more time to enjoy the view. Ben seems to embrace that difference. There's a sense of ease in the way he carries himself, as if he's found a rhythm that suits this stage of his career. Not rushed. Not forced.
And that comfort
just
is contagious. Viewers pick up on it quickly. When a presenter feels at ease, the entire show feels more inviting. Conversations flow better. Moments feel more genuine. Even the smallest interactions can leave a lasting impression. It's also worth remembering that television isn't just about information. It's about connection. People don't just watch shows, they build relationships with the personalities on screen. Over time, those relationships become part of daily life. That's why transitions like this matter. They're not just career moves, they're moments that reshape how audiences experience their favorite shows. And in Ben's case, it's less about leaving something behind and more about stepping into a new chapter. A chapter that feels both fresh and familiar at the same time. There's also a quiet confidence in making a move like this. After spending years in a role that worked so well, it would be easy to stay put, to stick with what's safe, what's proven. But growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. Taking on a new challenge, even one that seems similar on the surface, requires a willingness to adapt, to learn, to see things from a different perspective. And that's exactly what this transition represents. It's not about replacing one identity with another. It's about expanding it. From structured news segments to more open, lifestyle-driven conversations, Ben's range becomes even more visible. He's not just a presenter reading headlines. He's a host guiding experiences, sharing moments, and connecting stories. And yes, there are still those little flashes of humor that make everything more enjoyable. The quick comments, the subtle jokes, the kind of light-hearted moments that remind viewers why they liked him in the first place. It's not over the top or forced, it's just naturally part of who he is. That balance between professionalism and personality is what keeps audiences engaged. Because at the end of the day, people don't just want information, they want to feel something. Whether it's comfort, curiosity, or just a brief escape from their daily routine, the best presenters know how to create that feeling. Ben Shephard has been doing exactly that for years. And now, in this new role, he has the opportunity to do it in a slightly different way. A way that feels more relaxed, more conversational, and maybe even a little more fun. For longtime viewers, it's a chance to see a familiar face in a new light, to rediscover what makes his style so appealing. And for new audiences, it's an introduction to someone who already knows how to connect, entertain, and inform. Transitions in television are inevitable. Shows evolve, roles change, new opportunities appear. But what truly matters is how those changes are handled. In this case, it's not about a dramatic shift or a complete reinvention. It's about continuity, carrying the best parts of the past into something new. And that's what makes this story so interesting. It's not just about moving from one show to another. It's about growth, adaptability, and staying true to what makes someone stand out in the first place. Ben Shephard didn't need to become someone else to succeed in a new role. He just needed to bring the same qualities that made him successful to begin with. And that's exactly what he's done. As viewers continue to tune in, one thing becomes clear. This isn't the end of a chapter. It's the beginning of a new one. A chapter filled with fresh conversations, new moments, and plenty of reasons to keep watching. Because when someone knows how to connect with an audience, it doesn't matter what time of day they appear on screen. People will still be there, watching, listening, and feeling like they're part of the journey. And if there's one thing Ben Shephard's transition proves, it's this. Sometimes a change in setting is all it takes to remind everyone why they started watching in the first place. If you enjoyed this story and want more updates, insights, and behind-the-scenes moments from your favorite television personalities, don't forget to stay connected. There's always more to discover, and the next big story might be just around the corner.